Yeah, I cried a lot this episode.
And I think I know what part you cried at.
I mean, it was multiple, but yeah, it was...
There was one part that always makes me tear up. Which we'll get to.
Like, if someone's crying on screen, I'm gonna cry.
No, I'm not like that. And also, no one cried on this. Or, no, that's not true.
Everyone cries in this episode.
Yeah, Actually, Bae tears up.
Everyone's doing really good cry acting in this episode.
They are. But I totally understand. I used to be so uncomfortable in movie theaters when something sad happened and people cried. And my friends just started weeping next to me.
Uncomfortable because they were crying or because you weren't?
Well, my family's not very emotive. So I think I was like, I don't know what to do. I remember specifically, I was watching the Bethany Hamilton one. What's the name of that movie?
Soul Surfer?
Thank you, Soul Surfer. And she's talking about faith and, the trauma of having to chop your arm off.
Sure.
And my friend next to me starts crying. And I was like, I don't know what to do with that.
It's okay that you didn't cry then, because she's a TERF now.
Yeah, she's a TERF now, so whatever.
But I do, just if someone's crying, I start crying. I guess I'm an empath. I don't know.
Shut up.
Did you cry when you found your implant?
Oh my god. Monday, I'm home. I'm working all day. I'm doing errands. I'm folding laundry. And then I'm about to go to the gym, and I'm like, wait, where the hell is my left processor? I don't know where it is. Which is strange, because I've been doing this for 25 plus years. I understand how to handle implants and I know where I put them. But I cannot for the life of me find it anywhere. But I'm like, you know what? It's definitely in the apartment because the last time I used it was 3 hours ago. I'm gonna go to the gym, whatever. I come back, A and I do a deep search. We're flipping things over. We're flipping the mattress over. We're crawling on all fours. We're under the couch. And I'm getting desperate. I'm getting upset. If you remember from the first episode, a cochlear implant surgery is $100,000, not including speech therapy and follow-up. I think $11,000 is the actual implant, the external processor itself, and that's per ear.
Jesus Christ.
So clearly I was panicking, and Cochlear does have a once-in-a-lifetime warranty, but again, it's once in a lifetime, and I didn't want to use that once-in-a-lifetime warranty. Because I was like, it's in the apartment.
Yeah, and it was.
Did not find it all day on Tuesday. I even asked you to come over because I was so desperate and I needed another pair of eyes.
And I was so cocky. I was like,
yeah, we're gonna find it.
We're definitely gonna find it.
And then at the end, you're like, I'm so mad.
It was really upsetting. Learned that so many things in your apartment are made of metal.
Yeah, because the implant could stick to anything.
Yeah, you were like, well, it's magnetic, so it could stick to whatever. There were so many options. I do feel we checked all the options.
We did.
We were blaming Piper.
I know, and now I feel so bad because Piper did nothing wrong. So yeah, the conclusion was it was on my desk the entire time, and the same office desk in my home that I've been working on for the past 3 days. I'm working, and it's, when did I text you? In the afternoon? 1 p.m. I've been at this desk for 6 hours.
I think you have a ghost.
And lo and behold, the implant is under this very flimsy piece of paper.
Which we definitely moved. We moved stuff around on your desk.
Anyways, yeah, I felt absolutely insane. I got no sleep the night before.
What I really want to know, and I'm so sorry for that, and then I was stressed for you as well. I know you had a pit in your stomach. I'm on top of the world
now. Everything's fine.
Do we think if you somehow hadn't found it today, and we'll never know this, because Powell was fully going to go over to your place.
I was going to have him come.
Yeah. Do we think he would have walked into the apartment and been like, there it is on your fucking desk?
I was thinking about that.
I'm so glad you found it. Because to have a man come in and that's my worst nightmare.
And been like, it's been under this one piece of paper the entire time for the past 2 days.
It is kind of the color of your desk.
That's true. It's tan and my desk is like a light wood.
Yeah. We flipped the mattress again.
We flipped the mattress. We flipped the couch cushions. We were on all fours. I felt like performing telekinesis on Piper, my cat.
I almost pitched, let's hire an animal communicator, like a psychic.
One of the things I wanted to do was, I think I'm going to hire, professional cleaners to come to the house. And they'll do a deep clean, and maybe they'll find it.
At least we don't need to order a metal detector now.
I know. Well, I do have the backup charger still coming.
That's still good, I think.
It's still good to have for emergencies. I need a backup charger for an old implant, and I stupidly was like, there's nothing I can do. And Danny was like, what about eBay? And it's true, it was on eBay for $50.
Everything you could ever need. Remember?
Becky from Oklahoma. She sent it my way. Thank you, Becky from Oklahoma.
Remember when it was your birthday and I was like, you sent me like an American Girl doll birthday kit?
Coconut.
Yeah, the
it was
coconut
coconut
kit.
Themed.
It was just a photo, and I found it on eBay.
Oh.
I think I told you.
Oh, but it wouldn't arrive on time.
It wouldn't have arrived on time, and I was like, I know Kara only cares about this for this one day, and if I give it to her after, you're going to be like, what even? But they had it. They had it. I was like, eBay's such a good resource, you guys. It hasn't been taken over by resellers the way Depop has. I bought my first American Girl doll on eBay.
Did you not have American Girl as a kid? Or did your parents get it from eBay?
I really wanted one, and my mom was like, that's great. We're not spending $120 on a doll.
And that's really smart. It took a lot of begging from my parents.
Yeah. I did extra chores. They would pay me like 50 cents to do a chore. And then I bought a Samantha doll.
50 cents?
I was 6. I was barely doing chores, I think. But yeah, in a bidding war, I bought a Samantha doll for like $52.
That's nice. Did you just have the Samantha doll?
I just had Samantha until I was 8 or 9, and then I got Julie when Julie came out.
She's the blonde one, right?
She's the one with the deaf best friend.
Yes! What's the deaf best friend's name?
Joy. But Joy didn't have a doll.
No.
Like, none of the best
Why
friends... None of the best friends of the dolls, they only really existed in the books.
Well, Molly had the friend Emily, and Emily was a doll.
I think, like, the big ones... Like, there were, like, a core couple of dolls. They weren't really the ones I cared about, but there were a couple of dolls that, like, had more stuff than the other dolls.
No, the only dolls I have were Molly and Emily.
Oh, you had the two of them together?
I had the two of them.
Oh.
But I bought them, my parents bought them to me separate times.
Emily was the British one that comes and stays with them during the war.
And she comes and stays with them during the World War II.
Yes. She had a doll, really?
I'm pretty sure, unless I bought a doll that just looked just like her, but she had freckles and a bob.
That's Kit.
No, it was Emily. I'm gonna Google it right now, actually.
We should know this because I've been spending a lot of time at the American Girl store. So I should be more educated.
Oh, yep. There she is.
Wow. Oh, she was cute.
Yeah.
I don't know that she's still in production. I did not see Emily when I was there most recently.
I think I just liked them because it was kind of gay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there was definitely some...
They show the room.
Some gay subtext. And they were kind of frenemies.
Yeah, but then they bond. Because Emily's like, didn't her whole family die in the war?
I think her family were all, like, war refugees, but they got sent to different places for some reason.
Either way, she was not with her family. She was all alone.
Yes. Her dad was definitely fighting in the war.
Yeah. But I remember there's this one part where she's crying and Molly comes into her bed and the two of them cuddle. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, and then they explored each other's bodies.
Yeah, basically. I was like, this is so hot.
And they said, this will be continuing the care and keeping of you.
Exactly. Do you want to get to the show?
I do want to get to the show.
The Persistence of Memory. Switched to birth. July 11th, 2011. 7/11/11.
Wow. That's a lucky combo of numbers. And this is a really fucking good episode.
This is one of my favorite episodes of the series. Just a lot happens. The girls, I think, are getting along better. Daphne really... I think this is the most we learn about Daphne's journey as a deaf person and, like, the struggles of being deaf. And Bay's on the journey to find out who her bio dad is. And also, she gets to know Emmett more. And we, the audience, get to know Emmett more.
Yeah, we do.
And we fall in love with him. And it rocks. I love this episode.
Yeah, it's really sweet. So
but it also infuriates me sometimes. We'll get to it.
Wait, why does it infuriate you? Tell me.
The school with the teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote a lot of just like, fuck this person.
Exactly. That's the infuriating part, basically.
Yeah, we open with Bay playing with, like...
kid pics.
Basically, she's messing around with that photo.
Of pregnant Regina, and she's messing with the colors and...
I totally remember, like, playing with pictures in the exact way that she is doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I went through that big phase in high school.
But I wasn't using Photoshop. I think I used some extension that was on Facebook to make my pictures saturated.
Totally.
And I could add the text, you know?
Oh, yeah, they had, like, a photo editor.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was using. And that's basically what Bay is using. Except this has a fantastic zoom.
Yeah.
Because she is able to zoom right onto the parking pass.
for 2011. Crazy technology.
Yeah, it's from the future.
And then Catherine comes in and
Dinner.
says, hey girl, Daphne made dinner that apparently Bae didn't go to.
Yeah, I guess Bae was doing her homework. And also, again, Daphne is cooking and feeding the family. Is no one cooking for her?
No. And then Bae insults vegetarians. Vegetarians catch a lot of stray in this episode.
That food looked great.
It looked really good. I also really like tofu, though. So.
Yeah.
But what didn't look good is Daphne's crimped orange shirt that she's wearing in the kitchen.
And I did not notice, but I love your attention to detail.
It's so bright and it's structured in a way that is confusing to me. Like, it's structured in a way, the texture of it, I'm like, that was never actually on trend ever. So I don't really know why.
The way she dresses in this episode, she dresses like a 4-year-old woman.
I know.
Especially when she goes to the school. That's not doing her any favors.
No, she's so pretty. Why are they doing this to her?
Mm-hmm.
And then Catherine's like, have you ever taken a cooking class? And Daphne says, Carleton only offers home ec. My school did not have home ec. Did your school?
My middle school had home ec, but I never took it because I always had to go see my teacher to death. So I could never take any elections in middle school. But I think for middle school, once per quarter, you had different elective. And there was woodwork, there was home ec, or it was like family consumer sciences. That's what they called it.
Oh. I mean, to be fair, I did not go to middle school, so maybe I just missed that. But yeah, in high school, we did not have any kind of, like, cooking class. The way she's like, they only offer home ec. I'm like, girl, that's actually not standard practice these days.
I think my high school offered cooking electives.
Okay, fancy.
But also, this is different because now this time Catherine is asking Bae if she's okay with it instead of springing it up on her like they did the first episode.
Yes, technically, but she asks Bae.
Well, Daphne's right there.
Right in front of Daphne. She says, would you mind?
I have an idea. Daphne's right here. Bae, wanna come?
Yeah, she is kind of springing it on Bae.
But Bae is actually very okay with it. And I think she's showing some character growth. She's supportive. She's welcoming to the idea.
It might just be that she's so preoccupied with this dad thing that she doesn't really care that Daphne's, like, embedded herself more in the family, but I don't know.
The two of them are just much nicer to each other than they were the past 2 episodes. And I think one of the things they bond over, honestly, is the fact that Toby is being a nightmare.
Yeah, I guess nothing to bond you with your new sister, like your shitty brother.
Because Bae leaves the kitchen, and Toby's like, give me $200.
And he grabs her arm.
He grabs her tight.
Violently.
Yeah.
It's spooky.
It's scary. What's he gonna do if he doesn't give Wilkie the money? Is Wilkie gonna shoot him? Is he in the mafia?
Well, we'll get into that later, because I think kind of maybe. Like, not Wilkie, but I think Wilkie's mixed up with some bad people.
Okay. I was just like, why is Toby scared for his life?
He seems really freaked out. He is also just like, poor little rich boy. This is probably the most stress he's ever felt.
That's true.
And then, yeah, Daphne is getting ready to go to this cooking class.
And she's like, they're not going to have spoons there.
She's really stressed. Yeah, she's got measuring cups for some reason. She does not understand the vibe. Regina's like, by the way, the interpreter will meet you there.
And Daphne's like, no!
Yeah, Daphne gets very upset about the concept of an interpreter.
She's like, I don't want access.
I want to hear all your thoughts on this.
I think it's fair to be like, my daughter's deaf and she's going to need access in this hearing school.
She even says the school had already lined one up.
Yeah.
The school called her.
Has met her before.
Yeah.
And you see later, they even hire the same interpreter from the first episode.
Right, from her tour.
Yeah.
So...
They got a guy.
They've got a guy on hand. Also, Buckner is a very wealthy school. Let them pay an interpreter.
Yeah. But no, Daphne's like, I don't want to be the weird girl. I don't want to stand out. And that day, she does go to school, and I guess she sends the interpreter home. We don't even see the interpreter.
No, she doesn't have one for the first class.
Yeah.
But she does have Bae showing her around the campus a little bit.
And it's sweet.
It's sweet, and Bae's being really supportive. Daphne is wearing a mini skirt and wedge heels.
In the kitchen?
Also in a space where everyone else is in a uniform. Because this is a private school. So she's the one person that gets to show off a real outfit, and that's what she went with.
And that's what you chose to wear? You should be wearing closed-toe shoes in the kitchen.
Yeah, safety first.
Safety first, Daphne. Did you wear an apron? Because everyone else wears an apron.
I did not clock her apron.
Everyone else had their own apron, and it was like a unique-looking apron. And then Wilkie had the stud muffin apron.
wow, I totally missed that.
Yeah, he has stud muffin apron. It said the word stud, and then I had a picture of a muffin.
Do we think he bought that for this class?
Yes.
Speaking of Wilkie, Toby gives him his money, some of his money.
But we don't know how much he owes, because last episode we were kind of just guessing. But he owes Wilkie 10 grand.
10 grand.
10,000 smackaroos.
Yeah, so he gives Wilkie 4 grand, and Wilkie's like, what the hell?
Wilkie seems stressed. He said, I bet big on Notre Dame, and I lost.
Yeah, and he's basically like, I don't know what these other guys that I lost to are going to do to me. I mean, the twist is that he's just as much of a gambling addict as Toby is.
He is.
So, and then John is at a golf course having like a showdown with a board member from the hospital.
Dale from the hospital, and Dale is trying to persuade John to settle. Basically saying, your daughter switched to birth, get over it.
Yeah, he's like, obviously it wasn't our fault.
What changes have we made to make sure it never happens again? I don't know.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Lay off. Otherwise we're going to close the hospital, basically.
We're going to close the hospital, and also, I'm going to threaten you. It's going to ruin your life and your family's life.
Mind you, the hospital has liability insurance.
I'm assuming this is a large conglomerate hospital.
Yeah,
in Kansas City. This is not a small independent hospital. I don't know what hospital conglomerates in Kansas City or that area, but I assume it's one of those.
Yeah, probably evil ones.
Yeah.
So. And then the cooking class is happening, and it's going about how you would expect it to go.
Yeah, this kitchen looks like it should be on the set of Top Chef.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Stunning.
The teacher's like, we're gonna make some burgers and fries.
The British teacher.
She's British?
Yeah.
Okay, good catch. I couldn't hear the accent.
Which is kind of confusing because they said it's going to be taught by local chefs. What is like a fancy British chef doing in KC?
Kansas City has a wonderful restaurant atmosphere.
Oh, I'm so sorry to Kansas City. I didn't mean to slander. Have you been?
No.
Okay. Well,
I think they have like a big food scene though.
Every city has, quote, a big food scene.
Okay.
But they're taking the class and she's doing lots of turning as she's talking.
It's stressful. Daphne raises her hand and she goes, how you feel about black bean veggie burgers? Because she's vegetarian. And the teacher, instead of saying, I'm sorry, sweetie, can you speak up? She says, flappy wedgie burgers? Girl, use your context clues.
Yeah.
Why on earth would that be what she said?
Also, you are British, and if she had said flappy wedgie burgers, that sounds like something your people would have created. So maybe don't say it like that.
But all the kids are laughing at her, and the teacher does not do anything to stop it.
Yeah.
Fuck that teacher.
Fuck that teacher.
Wilkie's nice about it, though. He's her, sous chef.
Her sous chef. He does take the opportunity to make a sexual joke about the secret to a good burger.
Size matters.
Size matters.
But Daphne laughs. She likes it.
Yeah, I like it too.
That was kind of funny. But he's being accessible and funny.
Meanwhile, Emmett's outside. He's waiting. I guess he's probably picking up Daphne after the cooking class.
And Bae sees him. She was about to say his name, but then she was like, oh wait, reminder, I have to go up in front of him and wave. Ally.
But this, I think, is their first time talking.
I think just the two of them, yeah. It's sweet. Yeah, she says, what's up? And they look at his photos. He took some very interesting, heavily saturated and edited pictures, whatever.
It's very 2011.
And then Bae shows him her very heavily saturated and edited picture of pregnant Regina. She's got purple hair.
Again, this was hard to look at because I have edited photos exactly like this as a 16-year-old girl. Okay. And that was in 2016. So way less cool to do it then.
Yeah, that's fair. But Emmett's like, that's cool. And he asks about the parking pass in the picture. And Betty's saying, oh yeah, don't know what that is, but I want to because I think it'll help me find out who my biodata is. And Emmett offers his services.
Yeah, he's going to help.
And then, are we back in the cooking class?
We're back in the cooking class.
Yeah, they're using timers that make a little ding sound. Wilkie and Daphne are frying up some french fries and whipping up a little aioli sauce. But Wilkie and the teacher go speak somewhere.
Okay. Here's my thing about this.
Okay.
I understand everyone, well, not everyone, but the people in the class and Daphne both blaming Daphne, basically.
Okay.
I blame the teacher who is kind of flirting with Wilkie. Daphne sends him to go get an egg for the aioli, and the teacher sees it as an opportunity. She pulls him off screen and is like, do you intend to let your partner do all the work? And then she pulls him aside and keeps him over there. And then Daphne is over there stuck doing all the work. Even if she could hear the timer, she's busy because she's doing the work of 2 people. So she doesn't have hands free to pull the fries out.
No, she doesn't. It's the teacher's fault for being weird with Wilkie, but also, didn't anyone give her a heads up that someone in the class is hard of hearing?
Clearly not.
Well, that's the school's fault. The school should have done that.
That's really confusing that the school was like, we'll get you an interpreter, but we're not going to send an email to the teacher.
The teacher should have kept an eye out, and also maybe the other students should have been a little considerate and been like, hey, hon, just want to let you know your fries are done.
Yeah, also you see smoke, just pull them out. You can just go pull them out yourself.
But it's only when the smoke alarm starts blaring that the teacher and Wilkie turn around. They're like,
yeah.
Oh, dear. And then she's mortified.
That teacher's bad, and she wants to sleep with Wilkie. She wants that high schooler. I'm telling you.
Fire her.
Then the next scene, they're in the principal's office, I guess, and he's like, since there was a fire. No, there wasn't. There was just smoke.
It was just smoke, and it was fine.
It set off the fire alarm. There wasn't a fire.
No.
And then he's like, for legal reasons, you're going to have an interpreter anytime you're on campus. What? Sorry. That's crazy.
So schools are allowed to do this.
Really?
Yeah, so if the school believes you can access the curriculum or get school communication effectively without an interpreter, they can insist on providing one.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. But I think they have good reason. They're like, you could have burned down the school and you weren't able to effectively communicate. Was our teacher shitty? That's not a problem.
It feels like they're throwing an interpreter at a much bigger problem.
Exactly. I think all the teachers need a little DEI training.
And also sensitivity training, because then the principal's like, I get it. My daughter has a deaf friend.
Literally, my granddaughter has a deaf friend.
But she has a cochlear implant.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
You dumb bitch.
Have you heard of that? You should get one.
Literally.
Have you thought about it? Mind you, he doesn't know this woman. He doesn't know this girl.
Hasn't mattered till today.
Just a thought. Just gonna throw it out there. Maybe you should get brain surgery.
It reminds me of when people say me, or they say like, oh, my friend's cousin's ex-husband's partner's great aunt has a dog who's deaf. You know?
Oof.
It's the same kind of vibe. Like, my granddaughter's friend has a cooking plan. I don't know anything about her.
Maybe, have you tried hearing? Have you tried it? And then, yeah, they go out in the hall, and Catherine cannot read the room, did not pick up on the fact that that was inappropriate, and is like, have you thought about it?
Have you?
It's really fucked up.
And Daphne's like, obviously, yes.
She means well, but, like, it's really satisfying when Regina yells at her later.
I know. It's so needed.
So, yeah, then Emmett shows up back at Butner.
No, more like Butner. Oh.
Emmett's back, and he's found the car. Like, not...
He said, so I just got the license plate number. I don't know why you never think to do that.
I do feel that he was a real hero.
Yeah.
And so I have to send you something.
Oh, God. Okay.
I already had a crush on him, but this episode really added fuel to the fire of my crush for Sean Birdie.
Do you want me to narrate what's happening?
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
So I used to watch this, God, all the time.
Okay, so what I just received is a link for a YouTube video titled Enrique Iglesias, Hero in American Sign Language, parentheses, Sean Birdie. And I'm getting an ad right now.
Oh,
for
okay.
Renaissance classic boots.
Oh, are they cute?
No, they're really ugly.
Oh.
Oh, skip ad. Oh, he's in the rain. Oh, he's looking. Oh, he's holding a woman. He's signing the song Hero by Enrique Iglesias. Mm-hmm. It's very blue.
Yeah.
The lights are very blue, and it's very emotive, and there's a lot of crying.
Yeah, there's a lot of crying. And he's like the romantic lead in this music video.
It's cute.
You're so gay. You're like, this doesn't move me at all.
Were you like, I'm in love with him when you watched this?
Yes.
Because to me, I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is a 15-year-old boy. I can be your hero. And she's, yeah, I could see why you're like, I want him to show up at my door and sign, I can be your hero.
Yeah, that was the
while
fantasy.
Wearing a pink cable knit sweater.
That was the fantasy.
Do you think she knows sign, or she's just like, this is cool? She's not signing back.
No, yeah, it's just like a random actress, I think.
She's just staring at him.
Yeah.
If someone shows up at your door, guys, signing how much they love you and that they'll be your hero, you just sign back.
So I think as you'll watch further, not to spoil it, but like I think the premise of this video is that she has cancer.
Jesus.
And she like doesn't want to be with him. And he's like, no, I'll be there for you. But the only way that that's conveyed is later on you're going to see her with like a headscarf on and no hair.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm moving forward. Oh, she's petting the cat. I can kiss away the pain.
I like the part also where he's riding his bike, but then he's signing at the same time. Because I thought it was really cool that he could ride the bike without handlebars.
Oh, her head hurts. Oh.
It's not her head. I think it's her wig. I think he's touching her head and she's like, don't touch my head because she's wearing a wig because she's sick. Okay. I think.
I love that he's standing in the rain. Oh, he's got a little radio outside like a John Hughes film.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It's just a little silly.
It's completely silly. I'm not watching it in earnest now.
The comments are overwhelmingly positive. Yeah, it's sweet. It's cute. Okay. Sean Bodie, you're wonderful and sweet and hot.
Anyway, Bay asks how to sign thank you in sign language.
And he teaches her. And I think the two of them ditched school. And
yeah, they just fully ditched school.
Yeah, she helps on the motorcycle. The motorcycle. If John and Catherine found out,
they'd be beside themselves.
They would be dead. But whatever, because they go to the junkyard.
Yeah, they're going to the junkyard. Daphne's back at Buckner. Do we think this class is every day?
It seems like it, but that doesn't seem realistic.
Whatever.
Yeah, but anyways, Daphne's back at the cooking class, and she has your interpreter, Sam, again. Again, this is the interpreter, Paul Racy, who was also in the first episode as an interpreter.
And Wilkie is making light of the incident, but Daphne looks so sad.
So sad.
She looks like she's been kicked. Like, she's so downtrodden.
She looks like a sad little puppy. And it doesn't help that the girls behind her are being very mean and snooty.
To which Wilkie says my favorite line of his in this episode. He says, "Get back to your frittata, Clover."
It's a welcome change from Liam's behavior in episode 2.
No, hell yeah. I think that's the best part of Wilkie is like, he is not afraid to stand up for Daphne.
Be like, "Get back to your frittata, Clover."
Yeah.
Instead of being like, "Guys, stop."
Or being like, "Well, I didn't know if you wanted my help or not." He's just like, "No, I'm gonna help." Yeah. Fuck you.
So that also makes Wilkie / Austin Butler really hot in this episode.
And then he does immediately make a threesome joke about the interpreter.
But yeah, the girls are being mean, and the teacher says, "Hi guys, today we're making gazpacho," which is a dig on Daphne.
She goes, "Which requires no heating at all."
Yeah.
Girl, fuck you.
I hate this teacher so much.
And she's also talking so slow. Obviously now the school has sent her an email, and she's misinterpreting how to deal with it. So she's like, "I'm going to talk really slow. We're not going to do any actual cooking."
Nope. And Daphne sees the girls looking at her and whispering about her and says to Sam, "Interpret for me." And he's like, "Okay." And he says, "This is what happens when special needs charity cases are forced on the rest of us. And I will be burning down the cooking class and everyone in it."
That's what I would do. That feels like reasonable.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Bay and Emmett, they're at the junkyard.
Yes.
First, Bay's like, "We're never going to find it at this junkyard."
2 seconds later, they find it.
Emmett's literally like, "Come this way with me." They have such good chemistry in this part, and I think it's in part because he can't hear how negative she's being.
I think he signed, "We come all this way.
Yeah.
Let's look." I think that's what he signs.
Yeah. And I'm glad that he pushes them to look because, they find the car right away.
Yeah.
And Bay goes in there, and it is pretty empty. Like, there's just, like, random stuff in there, but, like, she's looking for, like, something.
Yeah, and she's frustrated. She's not really finding anything.
She's upset because the empty car is a symbol for the empty parental relationships that she's currently having.
Look.
And the fact that she doesn't feel like either her real parents or her parents or her bio parent, singular, is really showing up for her and supporting her. So she's looking for her father.
And there's trust because she says to Emma, like, "It's funny because you are the best listener I know."
Yeah.
And it was really sweet. And he does this really sweet smile. And my heart melted.
And it's got this, like, smize thing.
He's so good at it. Tyra Banks is so jealous.
Tyra's gonna come for you, Sean. You better watch out.
What they do find in the car, though,
is
a guitar pick.
Guitar pick.
And then Emma has a little, like, I just remembered. And then the two of them play, like, a little game of charades.
It's funny because he's, like, half signing, half miming for her.
Yeah,
She's bad at it.
She's bad at it.
I think, at least. He's like, when Daphne and I were kids, and it's so clear what he's
and
saying.
She's like, when you were
short?
Obviously, it's when you were little.
Yeah.
What do you mean when you were short?
He's mouthing the word little.
Yes. Yeah, she's really bad at reading.
Emmett's a really good communicator.
He is. And she does say that. She was like, this is a rocking game of charades.
Rocking game of charades.
Yeah, but anyways, what Emmett eventually does communicate to her was, I remember when Daphne and I were little, that Regina had a guitar case and Daphne and I tried to open it and she got really mad and she snatched it away. And if you want, Melody, my mother, and I have Regina's boxes in her garage and you should come over tomorrow. And I let Terry sign tomorrow. He just like pointed forward instead of doing the sign for tomorrow.
I love that they are about to make some type of flirtation work. Those teenage hormones are strong. They do not speak any of the same languages.
But he's also really enthusiastic to see her because he's like, come tomorrow.
Yeah.
You meet tomorrow.
I know. Are we meant to believe that Emmett doesn't have like tons of hot deaf girls at Carleton like trying to get with him? He's so cute.
I think his eyes were on Daphne before.
I guess so. And now he's like, here's the original Daphne.
The OG Daphne.
What if it was her?
What if it was?
So yeah, and then our Daphne's back at Buckner and she's really distressed and panicked and feels like everyone's staring at her, and so she walks into the road.
But Wookie is there and saves the day.
He saves the day. I still don't feel like, realistically, I don't feel like she would have walked into the road.
No, use your eyes.
But whatever.
I understand you're not paying attention. And I will confess, I have been stupid. And I've now looked both ways before I crossed. And now I'm like, whoa, okay. So,
I guess.
Yeah.
She's also on a campus. I'm like, why is there a car there?
Yeah, and that guy was speeding in the school zone.
Then she comes home, and Regina is sim-comming to her again about
I wrote that down.
How well the Mission Hills ladies are tipping.
Yeah, and Regina's like, I'm having a great time. I am rich.
And Daphne's like, hey, why didn't you get me a Coke beer?
Conversation immediately shifts. And Regina's like, what I like is that she's open to the conversation instead of being like, because you're fine.
Yeah.
And that's it. But she's like, okay, let's talk about it. But she rightfully says, the school should accommodate you. I'm sorry you didn't hear the bell, but that's okay. You'll get a timer with lights. And then Daphne's like, well, I don't want to bring my own deaf things to school. Sure, I get it. I think at that age, you just do not want to stand out.
No.
In the slightest.
Well, she clearly wants to stand out a little because of all of the stupid outfits she's wearing to Buckner, but I understand what you mean.
Thank you. But then Regina rightfully says, like, girl, that's life. That's being disabled. You compensate and you work twice as hard. And then there's this interesting part where Regina was saying, like, if you get a cochlear implant, you're not going to be deaf or hearing. You'll be nowhere.
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
And I felt very conflicted because she was saying that you're not going to have any identity. And I do think that was the sentiment in the deaf community regarding cochlear implants for a long time. Now, thankfully, they're more accepted. And they're seeing it as like a tool for communication rather than something that needs to be fixed or something that's going to eradicate a minority group.
Yeah.
But also, Daphne is fluent in sign. Her getting a cochlear implant is not going to just make that go away.
Yeah.
It's not going to just make her involvement in deaf culture and her presence at Carleton go away. It's not the equivalent of like a 4-month-old baby getting implanted. So I did kind of resent when Regina was like, you won't be deaf anymore. You'll just be like,
also because that's not for her to say.
It is not for her to say.
Not for Miss Regina Simcom Vasquez to say.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it just had me thinking about the generational divide now regarding the perspectives on cochlear implants, because I think definitely the older generation of deaf people have a more negative view of cochlear implants. And I think if you wear cochlear implants, they see you as not someone who's not really in the deaf community, as opposed to people who are younger. And then they're like, oh yeah, you're one of us.
When was the technology invented? Do we think that's part of the reason?
I am the first generation of children who was implanted.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I find that older people, I would say like 50 plus, are kind of weird about it. Or they're kind of just like it's not like I'm not invited to the events, but I think they kind of treat me as like not one of them. Also probably because I learned sign later. Like they kind of dumb it down for me. And then I think the younger generation is like, yeah, you're one of us. I have a cochlear implant too. It's a welcome change, I think. That doesn't have to be this black and white either or thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a community. It's not a monolith.
Yeah. But I also think that was the thing back then. I think that's what doctors recommended. Like, the kid learns one language and one language only. And it needs to be English, because English is...
Those hearing-ass doctors.
Yeah, those hearing-ass doctors. Like, English is the superior language, or spoken language is the superior language. But I think now research has shown that it's more of like a total communication approach. Any access to communication is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Which makes sense to me.
Any and all language.
Any
Sounds
and
good.
all language. And signing is pretty fucking cool. So yeah, that was an interesting thing. And Regina's like, did Captain put you up to this? And Daphne's like, no, she just was asking.
She was just asking.
And Regina's like, it's okay, I won't tell her. And then Neely goes to talk to her.
She says, no, it's fine.
I think I would do that as a parent, though. Like, oh, okay, thanks for telling me. And then immediately be like, why the hell would you do that?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Sweetie, of course I'm not going to tell her. It's fine.
And then storms downstairs.
And then go and punch her in the face.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the right thing to do as a parent.
It is. Yeah, Regina's like mama bear instincts.
For once.
For once.
For once.
This is really kind of her only thing that she gets like this about, actually. Like, she's
but
very...
even in prior episodes, like, what was it? She said something a couple episodes about, like, it's up to you to advocate for yourself.
Yes.
Daphne's still a child. You should be doing some of the heavy lifting.
So I think maybe Regina realized that. I think maybe Regina was like, oh, you're not going to advocate for yourself. You're just going to let Catherine bully you into thinking about getting a cochlear.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she shows up and yells at Catherine and is like, you gotta fucking step up.
Yeah, Daphne's done all the work. Why haven't you? Daphne's learned to lip read. She's speaking. What have you done to meet her halfway? You haven't made any effort.
The only effort she's made is like, hey, do you want to have brain surgery? Like, I'll pay for it.
Yeah. Do you want someone to drill into your skull and have debilitating pain for several days and then go to many doctor's appointments and speech therapists for the rest of your natural life?
But she's not going to Google how to say anything.
No.
So,
but yeah, she's like, learn ASL for the love of God.
Yeah, she grabs her hands.
Yeah, she's like, use these. And I never forgot that. I remember seeing that as a kid and being like, whoa, so true. And I also remember what she said was, like, the sooner you learn ASL, the sooner you'll get to know this beautiful daughter you have.
She said that you gave birth to.
That you gave birth.
Yeah, I did start crying. So.
And that makes sense.
So they're having that interaction, and then Bae sees Daphne.
And Daphne's all glum.
And Daphne's really down.
I feel like in this episode, the light on Daphne's darker. Usually she's much more bright because she's kind of depressed and gloomy this episode. The light is darker.
Yeah, no, you're so right.
But Bae's being really sweet here. She's like, no one cares. I didn't hear about the rumors at school.
Yeah, and then she proceeds to explain all the stupid stuff that Buckner students have done just that day alone. And then, Daphne talks about her memories from hearing school and, like, her trauma.
Yeah.
And why she's feeling like that. It's so hard to listen to.
It's really hard. And this is the experience of a lot of deaf people in the hearing world. And as I was watching this today, I was like, this is so interesting because Katie Leclerc probably did not experience this as a child.
Yeah.
I just think this would have been a time where it would have been so impactful to have someone who was actually, like, capital D deaf and maybe who had experienced something like that.
Yeah.
And not that you have to have the same experiences as the person you're acting as, but, like...
No, but I understand.
Thank you. But yeah, I just... Because as I was watching her, I was like, but you still don't, like, get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But it is heartbreaking. She is saying, like, I went to hearing school and all the kids were horribly bullying me. They ostracized her. She didn't get any birthday cards. And they called her the R word. Yeah. Horrible word. It's having a resurgence now. I hate it.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. And one day, she was walking home and some girls were picking on her. And little Emma walked by and started to scream at them.
Yeah.
And said, don't you ever talk to her again. It's like a fairy tale. He
is.
grabs her hand and then they walk to his house with Melody. And she sees him sign for the first time.
When she describes it, it is so emotional.
It is. It gives me chills right now as I'm saying.
I know, I also have chills.
It's the first time first and only time she's ever heard him speak. And it's the first time she sees ASL.
Yeah.
But yeah, Melody takes her home. And then she gets Regina. She sits her down. And
she says, you have to learn sign language.
And this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, and it obviously changes Daphne's entire life.
Absolutely. And then I think also Bay is like, oh, Emmett rocks.
There's tears in Bay's eyes, but then there are also like it's also like beating hearts. Like she's like, yeah, in awe of this story. I want to pause this sort of like emotional thing that I'm feeling just for a minute, because why the fuck was she 8 years old and she didn't have access to any language?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like, yeah, when she went to the school and there was no interpreter, obviously. Probably doing speech therapy to the school. She went to a public school.
I mean, maybe, but she says to Regina earlier in the episode, I can read lips now.
Yeah.
Now. She's like, it won't be like when I was little. So there was a time where she was in school and she couldn't read lips. And she didn't have access to sign language.
So she went there for 3, and then she learned ASL until she was 8. So there was 5 years.
Yeah, there were 5 years.
Severe language deprivation.
Yeah. And so this is where sometimes I get, like, I'm mad. Like, I'm mad right now.
But to be fair, so she lost her hearing at 3, so she did know some English beforehand. But yeah, you're right, yeah. 5 years of not hearing, but also, like, no communication.
Yeah, or like, communication that's so laden with struggle. And I think there's a lot of, in this show, a push to be like, Regina is just as good of a mother as the Kenishes. And I think that's like, what the fuck was she doing? Like,
I don't know.
Like, I understand her being like...
Well, she had hearing aids, but of course they didn't do anything.
But her being like, well, of course I thought about the cochlear implant, but we didn't do it. I don't know, then...
Which is fine.
Which is totally fine, but you have to give her language. Like,
you gotta give her some form of communication.
Also, if she learned about the cochlear implant, she must have talked to someone who also knew about sign language then, no? I mean, I know it's so pushed. I know that, like, even the audiologist world is, like, very hearing centered.
Yeah.
And they, especially back then, were not propping up sign language.
But had Regina never heard of sign language beforehand?
Right.
This is not explored in the show at all.
No, that's my big gripe, is like, this is a huge aspect that I feel would taint her relationship with Regina, personally taints the way I look at Regina as a mother. I think this is like a huge way that she failed Daphne. And
Absolutely.
they never talk about it.
Never. I'm going to maybe assume that she had hearing aids. And she was probably doing speech therapy in school, maybe once a week, or maybe not at all, if it was like a very underfunded public school. And she kind of just sat in the front row and tried to guess what the teachers were saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's infuriating.
Yeah. So it was like simultaneously, wow, what a beautiful story. This is the foundation of her friendship with Emmett. This is the foundation of her relationship with Melody. And then also, like, just what the fuck, Regina?
I also wonder if Regina knew about ASL. Like, surely you must have. She must have knew, like, ASL was a thing, but she was like, whatever, I don't have time for that. And it wasn't until, like, Melody sat her down and, like, implored her. Like, you have to. Because, like, your daughter needs communication, for the love of God.
Daphne describing her, like, getting bullied and ostracized at school, like, sure, that's not totally Regina's fault, but you depriving your child of language feels like it leads to situations like that, where she can't communicate with people.
How is she going to tell people she's being bullied, for one thing?
Right. How's she going to tell them to fuck off?
How's she going to tell them to fuck off? How's she going to say she's not feeling safe, or...
Yeah.
Or she's struggling, or anything. Or, like, if she's hungry or something. Something simple. It's infuriating, and I don't think this is something the show ever goes into, like, what happens in these 5 years.
Yeah, they're just lost. They're just, like, dark years. I don't know.
It's kind of a miracle that Daphne is not as traumatized.
She's actually being really chill and cool about everything, considering.
No, I'd be back.
We're gonna have to move on from that, I guess, because everyone else in the show has.
Basically, yeah. I'm mad. I'm a little worked up right now, but I'm okay.
Oh, yeah, I feel heated.
Where are we at now? Is it when Toby...
Oh, yeah.
Goes to Daddy?
Yeah, Toby's like, Daddy, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, and... It does seem like he's been down this road before.
For sure, because John, like, pulls out his pocketbook as he's lecturing him.
But he doesn't say, get a job.
Yeah. No. He just says, like, you need to be responsible for your decisions as he's writing the check.
As he's filling out, like, Toby Kenish. And then he's like, how much are we talking about here? 1,000? 2,000? Don't tell me it's more than 3,000. And then Toby's like, never mind.
Yeah, we haven't really mentioned it much in this episode, but Toby and Wilkie are, like, teaming up to steal a test from Buckner.
And sell the test for $1,000 each.
Each test, yeah.
Each test to students, which is a crazy cost.
Which, if those students were smart, they would just buy one and then share it, but, like, whatever. I guess if they were really smart, they'd just study for their fucking test.
But the point is, though, they gotta get into Harvard.
Yeah, I guess so. He tells Wilkie, like, I'm not gonna back out of them stealing the test, and then clearly he goes to Daddy because he's hoping he's gonna be able to back out of stealing this test.
But yeah, he's too embarrassed and ashamed, and he's like,
don't worry.
I'm
gonna take care of this, but he's gonna take care of it with crime.
Full crime, a Mission Impossible style heist in the school. It's too easy.
Yeah. They just, like, steal a janitor key card.
Just walks right in, takes a piece of paper that says chemistry test, and that's it. That's it. Simple. It was so easy.
Yeah, and then...
I don't know cameras.
2011? I wonder.
They say they're on to them later. Like, Wilkie says the teacher's on to us. Couldn't they look at the security cameras? We don't know that
for sure.
Okay. Anyways, oh yeah, after the tear-jerking story from Daphne, Betty's like, I actually do have to go.
Yeah, because Anna texts her to be like, come over. And she's like, oh, okay. Shows up, literal heart eyes.
He opens the door with his beautiful little smile, and she's like, oh my god, I wanna...
And he's smiling.
Yeah, I know. I just wanna kiss him. Anyways, they go to the garage. Melly's not there, I guess. And they find a briefcase. And inside, there's love songs for Regina, a cassette tape, with the initials AS. Okay, one step closer.
Yeah, and then she opens another part of the briefcase, and it's her birth certificate.
Which is crazy to me that Regina didn't bring that with her. Yeah. But I guess it's because she didn't want the Candace just to find it. That's my guess.
The birth certificate?
Yeah.
But she brings the guitar case, which, sorry, we know what's inside. I'm not going to spoil it.
Very incriminating.
But she doesn't bring her birth certificate?
Her daughter's birth certificate? I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, but anyways, we find the birth certificate, and we find out her dad's name. It's Angelo Sorrento. And we find out that her and Daphne's birthdays are October 22nd, 1995, Libras.
Slay.
And I do think their 16th birthday comes up later this episode, so this does confirm that they are 15 at this moment.
Yeah.
Bae listens to the cassette, and she's like, this rocks. Hi, Dad. Immediately calls him Dad.
Yeah, she's like playing it in
because it was songs for the baby.
Yeah. And she was the baby.
She was the baby.
It's really sweet.
It's a nice connection to him.
She feels very connected to him. She feels very connected to Emmett, who for some reason puts on a little pirate costume in the middle of them looking in the garage.
They're having a little fun.
It's cringe, but it's cute.
It's very, like, TV show montage of someone trying on clothes and someone shaking their head and being like, nah.
Exactly, except they only do it once.
Only do it once.
Yeah, they said we don't actually have a montage budget, but, like, let's have a little moment.
I like how geeky he is, though, because he does make a net. He says, AS, maybe it's Anakin Skywalker.
I know.
And Bae's like, I don't know what you're saying, but that's great, honey.
It's really cute. Also, when Bae is dancing to the mixtape later, she's wearing an outfit that I don't hate.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great day for Bae.
Yeah, it's a really great day for Bae.
For once.
For once, she looks good. She's got good music on.
She's got a potential boyfriend coming her way. A very cute boy.
She doesn't seem very sad about Ty in this episode, I will say. We've sort of really left that behind.
I completely forgot about that.
I wonder if the actor had to go.
I thought you said he had to film something else.
Did I say that? That sounds like something I would say.
That sounds like something you would say.
I'll look it up at some point. I think, I just feel like they really rushed his character out the door. Maybe because they liked Sean Birdie so much. And they were like, let's get him more in here. I don't know. But the next day, Daphne has baked the teacher chocolates.
Petit pois?
What is that?
You're asking the wrong person.
Okay.
It's like little chocolate treats.
The teacher is not deserving of those, but I guess she's just, like, put her game face on, and this is how she...
Yeah, but she says, like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to actually cook for once, and you're not going to slow down. And I have an interpreter, and I'll look at the interpreter if I need help.
Yeah.
And then she turns to Clover and says, I offer you one, but you might catch being deaf. Sick burn, Daphne. Sick burn.
It was tough to watch.
I'm proud of her, but I'm also like...
It's just so after school special. I know. Just call her a bitch and get it over.
And Clover doesn't even seem phased. She's like, all right.
Yeah. Well, I think Clover's like too dumb to realize anything that's going on. And then back at the Kennish house, this whole episode basically, John and Catherine have been going back and forth since John was intimidated on the golf course.
Right.
About whether they should pursue the lawsuit. So then John and Catherine finally decide It's sweet. John's like, I don't even want the money. I just want them to say that they're sorry.
Which they will never do.
Which they'll never do.
A company will never apologize.
No,
legally. Because
legally.
it puts them in the wrong.
Yeah. So, but then they decide they're going to take the settlement offer because he just wants it to be done with. He realizes it's stressing out his wife and his family.
So they call the lawyer. Hello, Mr. Lawyer or Mrs. Lawyer.
It's Miss Lawyer.
And they say, we're going to take the settlement. She said, actually, the hospital wants to go to trial. They think they found something. And John and Catherine are like, I don't know what that's about. And we don't know what that's about.
But we do.
TBD, ...
Yeah. And then Catherine shows up to Regina.
And she's so sad. She has a little sad face and she walks in. But then she signs. And she signs, you're right. I want a lawn. And it's so sweet.
It's
and
really
Regina sweet. Gives her a big hug. And she's like, it's beautiful. I'm so proud. And yeah, it makes me tear up every time. That is truly how I react. Anytime someone in my life wants sign. Even just a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, I love it so much. Thank you.
She's also she's embarrassed because she doesn't feel like she's doing it well.
But she signed it perfectly.
Yeah, she signed it great.
Yeah. Keep it up, Catherine.
I know. She's the first one, but not the last.
And not the last. Yeah, guys, this is how you can make other people feel if you want.
And we have resources in our show notes.
We do. It's in our show notes.
If you're interested in learning.
Yeah.
And then Bay is looking up Angelo Sorrento.
On searchberserk.com.
I'm glad you caught that.
Because if you go on searchberserk.com, which I did, it just takes you to the freeform website. I guess they bought the domain.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love when shows do that.
I think that's what you have to do if you show a URL.
Oh my God, really?
I think you have to have it.
Oh, I thought that shows were just doing that for cute marketing.
No, it's well, you can't use Google because you don't have the copyright. So usually they create their own and then they keep the URL.
When they make a phone number, a real phone number, and then you call it and something from the show plays on the voicemail. Love that.
Yeah, they did that on iCarly all the time.
Yes.
iCarly always had fake.
Yeah.
It was always close to Apple or something or Google, but they bought
the pair stuff.
The pair phone, yeah.
Yeah. And then Bay texts Emmett.
And did you notice the phone interface on his BlackBerry?
Yes.
And did you notice that it was frozen?
No, I didn't clock that.
Yeah,
well,
it's
just
a freeze
photo.
frame as she's texting, and then it zooms in onto the phone. It's very weird. But she says, 45 Angelo Sorrentos in America, which seems very small.
That does seem very small to me as well.
And 3 in Missouri, again, also seems very small, but excited.
And then she says, 1 is mine.
1 is mine.
And then Emmett gets that text and he's sitting in his bed and he's kind of smizing.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cute. She's texting me.
I love it. And then we see Regina in her room and she opens the closet doors.
And what's in there?
The guitar case.
Oh my gosh, the guitar case.
Yeah. What is in that guitar case? What is in there?
This is one of the best episodes of the series, in my opinion. I think it starts a great connection with Bay and Emmett. We all have hard eyes for Emmett, especially after learning that story.
He's her hero. He can be her hero, baby.
Thank you, Enrique. Catherine has a little awakening.
Long overdue already, but I love it. I can't wait for Angelo to show up because that actor is so hot. Sorry, I know you're a lesbian, you don't care.
Do you know that sexy Squidward? That's kind of what he reminds me of.
Because he has the bone structure of Michelangelo's David?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the lips.
Yeah, he's gorgeous. He's a gorgeous man. He's in,
I think Austin Butler's the highest one of them all.
Yeah. I don't disagree. But Angelo's so dreamy. I love this episode. I'm, shout out to Lucas Grabeel acting switch up, because I'm, kind of scared of him in this part of the show.
Yeah. The last episode, too. Scare the hell out of me.
I'm 17 and I'm scared of Sabrina Carpenter. That's how I feel. Mark's safe from Sabrina Carpenter. The outfits weren't even that bad in this episode.
Except the open toe shoes in the kitchen, but...
I mean, that whole outfit was kind of a mess. But Bay's doing good. Bay also was not that annoying this episode. Because, I'm kind of annoyed by her usually.
She was being very sweet to Daphne.
I know, I wanted them to hug when they, have that emotional...
I know.
You could tell, I feel like the actresses wanted them to hug, too. Just some great cry acting in this episode. I think not every actor can, do a good, tear up as they give an emotional speech. And everyone does it so well in this.
Yeah, that's true.
The tears are flowing. I wonder if they had a tear stick on set, or if those were all natural.
Hopefully one day we can ask.
Would love that.
Did you get the Visine? Let us know.
Bye.